Hi guys, and welcome to another video of Blood Bowl 2 Legendary Edition, and it's my multiplayer teams, and we've got ourselves another game with Ghetto Gangsta Boyz. Out of 3 games played, they've had a couple of them. They've been chose at random, and they've got another game this time versus Vampires. So this should be an interesting matchup. Again, my team had a higher team value than my opponent, so it did end up having a bit of money in the bank, as well as petty cash to spend on inducements. So he got himself a wizard with that, and also a babe. So that was the 2 things that my opponent purchased on the inducement page. His team has got 4 vampires and a hell of a lot of thralls. He's got an entire army of thralls on the bench. He's got a number of plus strength players, 1 on a vamp, so he's +5 strength, and he's also got a +1 strength thrall guy lineman, so his strength will be totally 4. What I'm going to do is just switch the view, so we have a good view of us. We are actually, for the first time on the videos, on the attack, so the opponent is setting up his team, and here you can see the number of substitutes he's got there. He's also got a dirty player, a block, a blanched vamp, a block vamp, a movement. I think that's dauntless. Let's just have a quick look at this guy. Where's the thing? That's what it is. Plus movement and shadowing. Alright, wow. Well, that's quite an unusual skill on his plus movement. But I like it, yeah, why not? Personally, I've given him block on some general there, especially with him having the extra movement. And here we go, the game started, so I'll shut up and let you watch some of the highlights. I'll butt in every now and then, just as the game it is an interesting game, so I'll let you watch as much of this as possible. Goal. I managed to get an injury on the first turn. A perverted bishop. I've gone with the piling on arc, no result. Just going to position some guys into a defensive sort of area around the ball, and try and protect my most valuable player up there as well, because I'm sure he'll be a target. We have managed to pick the ball up, which is a great result. Looking for a bit more of that kind of thing, plus a few more injuries if we can. And he gets another injury there from his bloodlust failure, so rather unfortunate there to lose a player. He's got 2 players out now. I was expecting quite a lot of fouls from the opponent with the amount of players he's got, but he has to be careful. He's got 2 injured and 1 KO'd. He don't want any sent off as well. At this stage, I'm setting up a defensive cage around the ball. I've completely forgotten that the opponent's got a wizard. It's just completely gone out of my mind. So it's a prime target for him there. I did choose to re-roll that, and I know it's a 2 into a 1 die. I was going for a vamp. Unlucky there with the fireball. He gets one there, one player down. Ball carrier still holds onto the ball, and he loses another KO with his bloodlust failure. So he's losing quite a lot of his thralls now from having so many vampires. So he does manage to get the ball down off the ball carrier, who has blodge. But we've got a lot of players around the ball. Unfortunately for him, the fireball doesn't work as he planned. So it gives us an opportunity now to throw a few blocks in and reposition the side. Again, it's a 2 die into a 1, but I take that chance. I'll go for the piling on. And the pick up a KO. So we've got rid of his blodge vampire there. Cracking result to get rid of him. We did have the tackle on a number of players. So we did have the antidote for getting shots of him. But he is obviously a strength 4 as well. It's good to know that my opponent has used his fireball, so I don't have to worry about that now. My opponent suffers another turnover. It was near the end of his turn. He was just trying to move a vamp, reposition one of his vamps, failed his dodge. Another really good result. We got rid of his extra strength for all there. They've had a really good set of games these last couple of games. Really enjoyed the art team, and if you noticed from the first match, I've made a few adjustments with the team to reduce the actual team value. I did get rid of the troll, so my team value starting this game was reduced significantly from the 1920 that it went up to. It went down to 1810 with getting rid of the troll. So I think that helped significantly in not only finding this matchup, but reducing the amount of petty cash that the opponent got for a player that I probably wouldn't use and wouldn't really be that useful in this matchup. This Vamps tried to find a thrall nearby, which there isn't one, so he's just run off the pitch, Tries to substitute bench. So we're reducing my opponent's numbers significantly here, making vast improvement moves down the pitch. We try to pick up a few more injuries if we can along the way. We're just going to put a few players now around the ball carrier just to secure his passage to the touchdown line. And then we're going to base a number of players as well. I am inviting the blitz here onto this blitzer. You see he's doing a few dodges away now with his players and getting them out of there. getting them out of harm's way. He does so. I was quite surprised at this foul here. I thought, yeah, he might get a player removed here, and he'd have to roll some really good roll there to get rid of him with no actual assists on the foul. But it does give me an opportunity of blitzing him down now. Again, we're just positioning our players first, doing all the moves that don't take or make any risk with. We get a push on the first, and we power him. We get him down finally. It's worth a piling on. And we pick up an injury. A few more points there for our star player. Missed game. He does recover from that, and he rejoins the substitute bench. So we still have 4 Vamps in our opposition side. Opponent side, so not quite managed to get rid of any Vamps up to now. Well, we got rid of one, didn't we? But he did come back. With my opponent and myself, like not very high team value for movement. I think 6 is about the highest on any of the players. It is quite easy to catch up with him. We're bringing people back now. He's not going to be able to stop the score. And we've got an opportunity down the bottom for a blitz. Mighty blows worked really well, but unfortunately it's not resulted in as many injuries as I'd have liked with his armour value 7 players. Dodge comes into play there, managed to dodge his tackle. And again, he leaves his vampire open to a blitz from my players. I've decided it's time to go with the Black Hawk. I didn't want to take a risk, even though we had a reroll there. I didn't want it going into double skulls. So I didn't take that reroll and I just ran the ball in to score on my turn 8. So we've got one turn from the opponent now to face to survive before the second half. So we'll see how many players come back. Just one of his KOs. Okay, so you're just watching my positioning. I've not really changed it about. I know that it can drop players back. A lot of people drop players back, our most valuable players towards the back line to stop them getting injured or killed. But I quite fancy my chances of surviving. I know he might be able to get a few down and throw a foul in, but with the amount of guard and block that I've got compared to himself, I do fancy my chances of surviving with those Black Hawks and Blitzer on the line. So we'll see how it goes, and if my choice was a wise one. He suffers another KO there, and the animation is fantastic for the vampires, isn't it, when they're going on the throws? And I do like the piling on animation for the Art Blitzer as well. I think that's a fantastic animation. There we go, he has to use his last reroll there. The block skull is coming in really handy here. And he fails there with his last block. Unfortunately for me, it doesn't result in an injury. Really nice to get another player out there. And we approach now the second half of the match. So interesting first half. I think I played that pretty well. Got significant numerical advantage and utilised it, and then it gave my opponent no option but to run away, get the odd blitz on his turn, but he couldn't chase down the ball carrier. So it was a good 1-0 half on our drive. Just positioning again. We're going to keep a similar setup as before. We do have the kick skill here, so we can see where he positions and decide where we're going to kick the ball, and hopefully we can capitalise on where the ball lands and get it as quickly as possible if our main opponent actually manages to pick it up. You can see the area there where the ball's kicked. It's nice and forward, gives us an opportunity to crowd that area, get around the ball carrier. He's obviously not wanted to go toe to toe this time on the line of on the line of scrummage, so he can move as many players as possible about without having to throw blocks that he'll probably lose. He does have one block there with his strength 5 that he can throw. See, my opponent's actually down to 3 Vamps at the start of this half. One of them's still KO'd. Oh no, he has got 4 Vamps. That's completely, yeah, he has got 4. I just didn't see this guy over here at the back. So he's still got all his Vamps. At this moment in time, I'm not too concerned about the throws. I think that there's a good chance he's not going to get through my line as I'm going to set it up and get a pass off to his guy who is in scoring range. So I'm just setting the team up and positioning all the players to where I think will be safe to stop a score. Also trying to invite him in, and I'm not sending too many players over on one side. That actual move there at the end, I think probably did cost me. He doesn't fail his bloodlust, and he also passes a couple GFIs here, and he manages to hit no gaze my Black Hawk also, which was a 3+. So a lot of things going right for him there. He actually fails his bloodlust, but he manages to get a throw off. We can't intercept it. His throw catches it there on the 4+, and he runs it in. So pretty good score for him there. A lot of rolls needed on that last turn. He did manage to pull them all off. So we've got the game at 1-1 now, but it does give me opportunity to score. He has scored very early on his kick-off event, and he's got to set up a defence again now. He has still got a full team of 11 players, and he's got 1 KO. I mean, you can see why he had so many subs now, can't you? with 4 players out, he's still got 11 players on the team, so I've still got to be very careful here. I haven't got the numerical advantage that I did from the first half, so I've just got to watch how things go. Hopefully get a few KOs. I'm not actually sure why I chose that as the blitz there, because I did have another 2 die, which I could have used this guy on in which would have left me with a blitz. So that was a mistake. I'm quite happy with giving the thrower a 1 GFI here and try and pick the ball up, which he fails. And he fails on his re-roll as well with his short hands. I think from this match my opponent played vampires pretty well. I think he's quite an experienced vampire coach. Certainly not an easy team. It's one of the hardest teams in Blood Bowl. With my turn 11, I'm just moving some players about now, putting them into position. We managed to pick the ball up. I go for a handoff here to the Blodge blitzer. I wanted to keep it with a Blodge guy, and also I wanted to get away from the side as much as possible. A bit of extra movement there, and I put him into a relatively safe position also. It's great to have the opponent vampires taking out players for you, so you're not having to do it with all your blocks all the time. It's one of the reasons why I don't quite like the idea of being vampires, because not only do your opponents have a good opportunity of getting rid of your players, but you also do so yourself from failing the bloodlust. I just switch sides now with the ball. We've removed the player on this side. He's got a couple of vampires on the opposite side. It wasn't the best position on my behalf there, plus I left this Black Orc hypno-gazed when he could have actually removed that. But we do get lucky there with the failed bloodlust, which means he removes another player. He does have to use another re-roll. and he fails a dodge. Try to use the tackle lineman there to get his vampire down. We have another go with the frenzy skill here. Doesn't work, just goes into a block. Ideally we wanted that guy on the ground. I do use a reroll there to get his strength guy down. It does leave my ball carrier open to a blitz. But he decides to come in on the opposite side, probably because of the hit no gaze failure. So he can't get a block on the actual ball carrier there, and he keeps his player back and doesn't follow up. Fails again on his bloodlust. But he does the right thing here, he goes for the one that's already on the ground. But once again that's another player removed. Makes my job a hell of a lot easier to score. And we get another KO. This time it was through the Black Hawk. I have to use my final reroll. I get a bit lucky there, I do get a towel. And I throw the piling on him just on the basis it might stun his player, his Vamp, and it allows me to get away with the ball. So my blood splitzer now is in the clear, is not going to get stopped. My opponent has got the opportunity of throwing a block in, so he does need a POW, and it will be a 1 die. He makes 1 3+, and the second 3+, he makes his 2+, and he only gets a push. I've decided I'm going to score on this turn. I'm not going to delay it and try and score on turn 16. So I blitzed the opponent away. I did need that. Two blocked are both down. I would have required a dodge out, but we get the score, so we're 2-1 up now. Fantastic score, and really happy with that. And it gives my opponent just one turn now, so his final turn, he's not going to want. He's not got any natural one-turners. We're being such a slow side, so the only thing now that can spoil the party will probably be the gain a turn, which is the riot. Is it the riot? I'm not sure. So we'll see what happens from the kick-off event. It does get a lot of his players back that were KO'd. So it's the same setup. He's still got 11 players. We go for a kick, we throw it to the back of the pitch. I'll kick it to the back of the pitch. Throw a rock means one of his players gets KO'd. He's got to throw a few blocks in now. Again, I was risking it a bit with the guys on the line there, but you can see that the block skills paying off. The guard worked to some degree, and all of them survive. This is our final turn now. I'm going to have a go at his blodge vampire, so I'll just move the players into position and give it a go. Decide not to go into a one die there because I've no rerolls, so I'll leave that, and there we go, the game's finished. So we'll have a quick look now. You can see my blitzer's almost levelled up again. He's up to 30 out of 31 points. Have a quick look at the statistics. Quite a lot of ball possession there, and a decent amount of blocks thrown by both teams. See that we managed to pick up quite a bit of star player points there. With Grote getting 8 star player points, so that's really good. And we'll have a quick look at the dice rolls. So that's my opponent's dice rolls. Hell of a lot of dice rolls, a lot of dodges, hit the gaze. All got to be taken into consideration there with his rolls. I'll have a look at my team's rolls. You can see there nowhere near as many rolls. And what we'll do, we'll just have a look at the dice. So the opponent's block dice, oh, this is my block dice, so 12, 21, 35, 3 and 9, compared to me opponent, which is 8, 16, 26, 4 and 8. So overall a fairly even game, a really good game. I really did enjoy that. It's nice to play teams like Vampires for a change. So please rate the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Give us a like, please subscribe if you're enjoying the channel, and give us a bit of feedback there in the comments of what you think I could do with the videos, anything like that. Be much appreciated. So I hope you enjoyed it again, and take care, and bye for now.